Are you ready?
Ooh, I know you see me standing here.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today for my first video I decided to try and do a glueless install. I've never done one before, so we're gonna see how it goes. The hair that I used is from Dola hair, and it is a 20-inch fake scalp wig. It came with a little comb edge control thingamajig, but you'll see me use it throughout the video anyway. So the hair was super soft, and you lot, when I tell you it actually had no smell, like I don't understand how that's a thing, but you know how when you get hair and it has like that little, like, it smells like a hair shop basically. It didn't have that. It smelled like nothing. No tangling, no shedding, as you can see, and yeah, like I was digging it. So part of the fake scalp is this little mesh compartment that comes on the inside of the lace. I did end up cutting that off. However, if you've got lighter skin than me, I would recommend leaving that on. It's just because I did actually need to tint the lace that was underneath that mesh, just so that the lace matched my skin. However, if you normally wear transparent wigs or you just don't need to tint it, then yeah, it's not that deep, just leave it on, because it does actually make the scalp look like scalp. So I just took my scissors and just cut that. It was pretty easy to cut off. Just be careful you don't cut a hole in the lace. And as you can see, the lace underneath is bleached anyway, so regardless, it's lit. You just want to dash that piece of fabric away. And yeah, I also ended up cutting off the little elastic band adjustable thing, just because I wanted to re-sew the band on and I wanted it to be as flat as possible. You can leave this on if you want, however, I wanted to really make sure the elastic sat tight on my head. And again, you want to be careful doing this. I did end up cutting a hole in my lace, which wasn't great, but we move. I got my elastic that I took off earlier, and I just cut off the ends where it attached to the part that we just removed. And I took my razor and I quickly just burnt the ends just so it doesn't fray. Now guys, elastic band placement for a glueless wig is the most important part of this install, because if you get this wrong, your wig will not be sitting flat. I measured the elastic from ear to ear and making sure that I was pulling it as tightly as possible. You do want to make sure that this elastic is tight, guys. I can't stress this enough. You want to sew the elastic at the very edge of the hairline, so kind of where the sideburn area is, that's where you want to sew it, and it needs to be touching the end of the wig cap. Always make sure that you don't sew it too close to where the hairline starts at the front, just because that will end up covering your ears and we don't want that. So through sewing it at the edge of the wig cap, it makes sure that the elastic band is still sitting behind your ears and not over. So once you've got all that done, we're gonna start plucking. Can't lie guys, this is the most tedious part because you really need to get in there and, you know, work your way backwards. But I pin it in place on my mannequin head and just wet the entire lace just so I can really see like where I'm getting in and where I'm plucking. Always keep your tweezers moving guys, because you don't want to end up with no bald spots, you know. We ain't trying to do that. So just keep your tweezers moving and work your way backwards in small sections. Now, I really recommend investing in a wig head. I never used to have one before, and you can pluck wigs without them, but it's just so much easier to see like what it's actually going to look like on the head, where if it's on a head. I kept parting the hair, wetting it and plucking backwards. You just want to pluck and pluck and pluck. If you think you've plucked enough, you probably need to pluck some more, because yeah, you just want to make sure there's a nice gradient from the start of the hairline going backwards, just so it looks like a natural hairline. So this is kind of what you want to end up with. After I finished plucking it, I took my ORS hair mousse. You just want to use any wrap mousse. This was so hard to do on camera guys, but yeah, what I did is I sectioned off little sections, put the mousse on and took my hair tongs and just flattened the hair on the highest heat. This is basically what you want to end up with. I had to move out of my ring light just because it was snaking me, but this is what you want to have. Moving on to the install, I actually just tinted my lace with my MAC Studio Fix powder in NC50 and NW58. You can use lace tint, but I just prefer to use powder because it's just so much easier and quicker as well. So I just put that underneath the lace and popped the wig on. I can't lie guys, I was gassed. She was looking laid, so I just put that on and adjusted it and made sure it was lined up correctly to my hairline. After that I just clipped the sides and started cutting the lace. Now you want to make sure you cut your lace in a jagged line. If you're just starting off, I'd recommend using a eyebrow razor just so you can really make sure that the lace is very jagged and it just looks more natural. I always cut the ear tabs off with my wig off my head. It just makes it so much easier to gauge where you're cutting, whereas when it's on your own head it's really hard to see sort of where, you know, you're cutting behind your head, and yeah, it's just long. If you sewed the elastic band on correctly, it should already be laying quite flat. I went ahead and just readjusted the way the wig was sitting, and I took some of my powder and just tinted the lace a little bit more because it was slightly too light for my skin. I went ahead and took my mousse again and just redid a few little baby hairs. Here is where you can transform the way your glueless wig looks. So I'm going to take my Got To Be black gel and I'm going to use just the tiniest bit to just press on top of the lace. Literally just the edges where it's just lifting up a little bit. It's not glue, so it's not going to damage your hair. It's literally to just help blend everything seamlessly. And yeah, I just went ahead and put some on my baby hairs as well, just to help them lay even flatter. Then I took my head wrap. You can use anything for this guys. You can use ties, you can use a thin strip of fabric. You just want to wrap that all the way around your hairline, making sure it's super tight. Now guys, I debated cutting my hair so bad because the last time I cut my hair I was 14, and let's just say it did not end up well. I took my hair bands and just tied them to the level that I wanted my hair to be. Make sure when you do this guys, your hair is flat, by the way. Like, make sure you brush it out and it's laying completely flat. Quick prayers in that. Listen, it's up to God now. So I took my scissors and I literally just hacked up my hair. Can't lie, it was okay. It came out okay. However, in the future, I'd say cut your hair on your mannequin head, guys, because I couldn't see the back of my head till I took off the wig. The front was looking awfully cute and blunt and, you know, giving me Kim K vibes, but the back was doing up lean and bop. Let's just say it was throwing gang signs. Then I went ahead and took my Frizz Ease serum. Literally the best thing ever. It makes your hair super silky, guys. Like, I'd recommend this 100%. I just took that, ran it through my hair and straightened my hair really quickly. Then I went ahead and took off my head wrap, and this is how the hairline was looking. I was super happy with it. Loved it. Come on, come through. Glue wear, Got To Be wear, apart from the gel, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I took my mousse again and just flattened the top of the head and went back in with my hair curlers just to make sure everything was looking extra sleek and extra laid. But yeah guys, this is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you learned something. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see in the future.